Hello everybody, how goes it? Rabbitsmore here, and this is my tutorial for an item frame switch in Minecraft. And you may or may not already be familiar with how item frames work, where if you put an item in them, like a lever here, and you put a comparator on the opposite side of the block, it will actually change the signal strength based on how you rotate the item in the frame. So you can see we have these lamps lit up here on the first one here, and if I rotate it, it lights up the next set of lamps, and so on, all the way down here. But the problem with just this type of system right here is that all of them stay lit the whole way down, so you can't really use it as an individual selector. So what I have built over here will actually allow us to use the same system, the item frame switch, to toggle between 8 different states or 8 different things individually instead of having them all lit at the same time like this one here. So I can show you that real quick. Right now we're set on signal 1, and you can see the first lamp is lit here. If I switch it over to signal 2, the second lamp lights up. Signal 3, same thing, and all the way through. If we go all the way through up to signal 7 and 8, and then we go back to 1, you see it goes all the way back to 1 here. So, like I said, it lets us pick an individual spot based on our rotation here. So you could use this for opening a certain door, or a bunch of different doors, or maybe using it in a train station, or whatever you wanted to use it for. It's pretty cool. And I also have another system over here. This one does the exact same thing, but it does a short pulse to each one. So it's kind of like a button, like this here. It will turn it on and then off. So you can see right now nothing is selected. So if I switch it over to the first one here, it sends a short pulse to our first lamp there, sends a short pulse to the second, and all the way down this line here. And then once I set it back to the first one here, it resets the whole system. So the only difference between the two here is this one actually has one less selection. So this has 7 selections, whereas the first one had 8, because since these stay up the whole time, once this is selected, since these stay up while this is rotating through, it actually doesn't allow us to have a first one here because that would stay up the whole time. So the only difference between them is this one has one less selection, but it does allow you to basically have button selections by using the same thing by using an item frame. So both of these are pretty easy to build, so I'll quickly show you how to do it. Alright, so to start building this, you're going to need to place your item frame with your item inside of it on your wall. And you could do either one here. You could have it just laying on the ground like this one over here, or you could have it up in the center here, so you could put signs all the way around labeling what it's going to. So you just need to place your item frame and put whatever item you want in the inside, like this one is the lever where it points straight down, or if you wanted to put an arrow in here, it would point up here, and it's pretty good also for going all the way around. Just make sure that you label your signs correctly all the way around based on how your item is when it's pointing by the default, like this one is pointing down. So once you have that there, we just go around back to where that item frame is, and we put a redstone comparator going out the back here. And then we're going to put 8 blocks going out from that, and you can either go sideways or you could go straight out, whichever way you wanted. But for this example, we're going to go sideways, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks here. And we're going to put redstone dust on all of these here, all the way down. And then in front of these redstone dust, down 1 block, we're going to put repeaters all the way across. Whoops. Make sure those are set to just a normal repeater like this one here. And then those are going into another block here, which is going to have a redstone torch on the other side. And then up above these right here, we're going to put another block all the way across on top of our repeaters. And then we're going to bring this redstone dust up here as well. So what we're doing here is using the fact that when the redstone signal increases strength, it will go down the line, and it will also go up. So we're actually going to be inverting redstone torches with that and using that to select things. So same thing here from this dust down, we're going to do repeaters all the way across here. And then in front of these repeaters and on top of these torches, another block all the way across here. And then another redstone torch. And you can either put this redstone torch on top or the side. Either way works, so you could just have it on top all the way down, or you could have it on the side all the way down. Whichever one works for you for your setup that you want to do. But that's how you do it, and that's good to go. You can see our first signal is lit up here. If I switch to the second one, it will only light up our second and third and so forth. You can see, again, how it works is it's bringing the signal down the line and inverting the torches as it goes down. So that one's good to go if you're using this type. If you want to use the button style. I'll show you how to build that one real quick too. Okay, so for this one I'm going to be building it down on the ground like our other example, but you could build it up around here. Like if you wanted to do this style with the signs all the way around, you could do the same thing, just build it up one block. But for what we're going to do for this one is, again, just put an item frame and whatever item you wanted in this one. And then going a comparator out back here. And then we need 8 blocks. Again, you could go straight out or to the side. I'm going to do to the side again. So 8 blocks out, and then put redstone on each one here. And then again, with this style, since we're doing the button style where it goes on and off really quickly, we're only going to be able to do 7 here. So you're going to start with your second one here and put repeaters coming out, all of these here. And then set each of these to 2 ticks here. And then each of these is going to go into a sticky piston in the ground facing straight up. So put a sticky piston in front of each one of these, 1 block down. Then put a solid block on top of each of those, like that. And then in front of those, we're going to have another repeater in front of each one of these. And each of these is going to be set to 4 ticks. And that's just so that it gives as long of a signal as possible on the other side, so it's not too quick. And that's pretty much it. You're pretty much good to go. It'll send a single signal through each one of these as it goes along. As we can see here, it sends a quick tick through that repeater right there, and you could send this off into whatever you wanted to do. If you want, you could put a block here, and you could put redstone torches on it, and it would invert these as it sent a signal through, and you could do that all the way down. Or if you wanted, you could do redstone dust and a repeater, and just keep doing that back and forth, and you could send signals out that way. Whatever you wanted to do with it, but that's pretty much all you need to do for this style of being able to do a single tick as it goes through, like a quick on and off. But that's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty simple, easy to build, and it obviously has a lot of possibilities for whatever you wanted to use it for. So if this helped you out, please leave a like on this video, and if you want to see more things like this, you can always subscribe to my channel and check out the rest of my videos. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, have an excellent day, and see you later.